This is Bam Bam with Self King News. I am here with Erimha. Give us, what's your name and where you're from?
Kithian, and we're from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Like, you guys missed it. This is the craziest thing. I walk in, I see these guys in full leather and face paint. It's 114 fucking degrees out here. I'm dying. And you guys are up there just killing it, man. How are you liking this Texas summer?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We came here last winter. And, we were like, oh, it's not so bad. But then now it's fucking crazy.
It's hot, dude.
I mean, you finish your set and you're just trying to, give yourself like, a 5-minute run to see, okay, am I going to pass out? Am I not going to pass out? No.
Well, other than Texas, where was the hottest place you played this tour?
Phoenix.
Fucking Arizona. It's a furnace over there, dude.
That was horrible. And even, when we drove down to Cali for the first date, since, we had done the straight drive, I think it just kept hotter and hotter as we were driving. So I think that was since it was the first show, we weren't used to this heat, and I almost passed out on that first gig because you try to give it everything. But
you guys are I hesitate to use the word black metal, but I mean it's very black metal inspired.
Yeah,
you don't get a whole lot of that this far west of the Atlantic Ocean. It's crazy to see you guys up there. Like, do you have a hard time finding gigs or booking other shows?
Well, I mean, it was hard a bit at first, but I mean, once people started seeing our set, that we do have that aggressive death metal sound to it too. I think, it opened up a lot of doors for us. But at first we did, especially in Montreal, we had a lot of issues trying to get gigs over there because, they're trying to put you on certain bills and they're not too sure. But, our sound is so diverse that we're able to fit into, the black metal shows, the death metal shows, even certain grindcore shows,
See, where, in my opinion, I might be wrong here, but in my opinion, from what I saw, it's heavily black metal, but you use all kinds of other influences.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say are some of the more major influences that come out in your music?
It's hard to tell. I think it's weird because the more and more we've been writing, we have 2 albums out now and there's only one on Victory. I think it's a lot more based on life experience.
Yeah.
Most of us are not even rocking out metal, in iPods and fucking in the van, like we'll have certain bands that we will follow up with. But I mean, besides that, it's a lot more based on how, this whole process has changed our lives and how we've been trying to change our lives also.
So it's a real interpersonal.
Yeah, and I think it's always been like that. I've never been a huge, don't get me wrong, I love metal, love everything, grew up on it, but never been this huge, crazy, groupie guy that knows every fucking song of a band and every lyrics and everything, Well,
what is the most unmetal thing you listen to? Like, what's your favorite most unmetal thing?
Most unmetal thing, man. This is rough.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, it's the kind of shit you don't want to say. But let's say the most unmetal thing that we'll listen to most often is, let's say, soundtrack to Sons of Anarchy.
Hell yeah, that's great stuff on that, man. What was your favorite city to play so far on this tour?
I think actually not because we're here. This is one of the top ones. I mean, California, the first 2 dates were just insane by like the number of people. But us being first, the door has always been a challenge. I mean, we played Memphis, and for some reason, kids had doors at 2 on their tickets, so we played in front of a couple of the bands that actually came out just so that we weren't playing to an empty parking lot, But I mean, like today, I think today is just a big mix-up of like closing up. This was our last show, and to have that many people there and that energy, I think today is going to be one that we're going to remember.
Great, man. I hope you have more like today. Like from what I saw, the whole crowd was into it. You had a crowd.
Yeah.
Just a couple more things.
Yep.
So what do you have going on before this next tour going on and playing the last date here? Are you going back in the studio or?
Yeah, I mean, we have, we want, and I think we have to come out with something in 2015, that's for sure, and we want to do it as early as possible. So, we started writing because of Mayhem and so much preparation. Like, we weren't able to play as many gigs as we wanted, so we started a lot of the writing. So I'd say we have about 40% of an album written, and now, I'm not going to say anything, but, we've been talking to a lot of these guys, on the tour, and some of these guys want to start working with us for studio. So I think it's going to be, I think even us, it's going to be very interesting to see what the new Erimha album is going to sound like, because, we're the type of people, like I said, it's not necessarily based on what we listen to, but, the experiences we live and the people we meet. We toured with Abigail Williams this winter, and I mean, Ken and the guys are fucking awesome. They know how to build up to a part on the song. So I think that was a big influence for us for the new writing, you know, something we weren't used to, you know, creating long build-ups to a certain part. And I think, you know, a lot of bands leave that part out because they see it, you know, as a part that it's too long for no reason, but when it kicks in, it just changes everything. So I think, you know, meeting up with some of the guys, you know, even some of the guys from Mushroom Head, you know, I've been listening to them for a while, and now to see them live and see how they perform and how they go, the guys are so involved into everything. You know, these guys understand that it's not the 35-minute set, you know. That's why we're here.
You're all stacked on and it's rapid fire.
There's 16 hours before that, you know what I mean? So
anyway, this is Bam Bam. I've been here one more time. What's your name? I'm so sorry.
Kathian, I'm the guitar player.
Kathian, he's the guitar player. Check out Erimha. Badass. And anyway, we will catch you up with more music that's going on. We've got other interviews coming up and more music, so stay tuned.